Dear students, in previous class I discussed about transportation in plants. In this class I am going to explain transportation in animals. So, in higher animals including human beings, there is a circulatory system for transportation of different substances. Just these include digested food, oxygen, carbon dioxide, and excretory waste, etc. The circulatory system in higher animals consists of heart, blood vessels, and blood. Let us discuss them in detail now. You can see in this picture. So, the main part of our circulatory system is our heart. The heart is a hollow muscle in the middle left of the chest that pumps blood to different parts of the body. A muscular wall called septum divides the heart lengthwise into its left and right sides. A valve divides each side into two chambers, just an upper atrium and a lower ventricle. When the heart muscles contract, they squeeze the blood through the atria and then through the ventricles. Oxygenated blood from the lungs flows into left atrium and then to all parts of the body. Deoxygenated blood returning from the body flows into the right atrium and then to lungs for oxygenation. Do you know, if all blood vessels in your body were to be arranged along a straight line, the line would be almost very long, just 1 lakh kilometer long. Next, blood vessels. Blood vessels are an intricate network of tubes that transport blood to entire body. Blood moves to all parts of the body through these blood vessels. Blood vessels are of three types: arteries, veins, and capillaries. Arteries carry oxygen-rich blood from the heart to all other parts of the body. As blood flows through the arteries at a high pressure, they have thick elastic walls. The arteries branch out into smaller tubes known as capillaries when they enter the different organs of the body. These capillaries come together and form veins. Thus, blood enters an organ through the arteries, gets distributed, collects various substances from that organ, and then moves out of it through the veins. You can see in this picture. So, veins carry the oxygen deficient and carbon dioxide rich blood back to the heart. Veins have thinner walls than the arteries as the blood flows through them at a lower pressure. Veins have valves that stop the backflow of the blood. Hence, blood flows in one direction only, that is towards the heart. Next, blood. Blood is a fluid medium that helps in transport of different materials throughout the body. It is made up of two components: the cell component that includes the RBC, our red blood cells, WBC, white blood cells, and blood platelets. And second, the liquid component called the blood plasma. So let us know a little more about these different components of the blood. First, RBCs. RBCs are cells containing the protein molecule hemoglobin. You already know that hemoglobin transports oxygen to different parts of the body and is therefore known as the respiratory carrier. Blood is red in color due to the presence of hemoglobin. Next, WBCs. These are the defense forces of the body. White blood cells destroy harmful bacteria and dead cells. They protect our body against infections. Next, platelets. Platelets help in clotting of blood. They are there to prevent excessive loss of blood if any part of body gets injured. Next, blood plasma. It is a straw-colored liquid component of blood that normally holds the blood cells. It makes up about 55% of the body's total blood volume. Next, functions of the blood. The main functions of the blood can be summarized as follows. First, blood helps to distribute the digested food to all parts of the body. Circulation of blood resulting in its distribution in the body also helps to maintain the body temperature. Next, blood cells, especially the WBCs, help fight infections. Clotting of blood is needed to prevent any excessive bleeding. Blood platelets help in clotting of blood. Blood transports oxygen from the lungs to the tissues. Blood also transports carbon dioxide from the tissues to the lungs. Next, heartbeat and pulse rate. The heart beats as long as one stays alive. A heartbeat consists of a contraction and relaxation of its muscles. The contraction of the heart is called systole and its relaxation is termed diastole. The rhythmic contraction of the heart and its main arteries is felt as regular jerks and is referred to as the pulse. The pulse rate is the same as the rate of heartbeat. At rest, the human heart beats 60 to 80 times per minute. During exercise, our excitement, the rate can increase up to 200 beats per minute. You can see in this picture and just you can also check your pulse rate. In next class, I will discuss about excretion in animals. So just go through this chapter and draw some important diagram in your notebook. Thank you.